All right, let's sit there and take a look and see what's going on here. All right, I've got it's kind of a progress video for the NES Frankenstein's Monster NES. I've got Laser Bear Industries front loader cartridge slot installed. I do not have the NES RGB in yet. I don't have the components yet in to sit there and do all that work. So all that's on the way. But right now, I should have, like, everything's mounted in here. The old power board, the NESessity 1.4 power board, the NESessity 1.4 NES main board. I've got I've got a real APU, real PPU installed, all that kind of stuff. Everything's mounted in here. Looks pretty good. I don't have a control at the moment because I can't seem to find one, but it doesn't really matter. So I got 12 volt connected. It's not powered on though. And if everything, 12 volt DC. A little known fact, the NES I think used 9 volt AC. So if you really just wanted to sit there and throw like a 12 volt DC power brick on there, you can. Not a big deal. I got one of the best games ever, Castlevania 2. If you don't think it's one of the best, it's just this thing is, I'm probably going to have to adjust this. This is, so let's sit there. All right. So just turn it on, and no, that's not going to work. Pink screen means cartridge isn't inserted all the way. That's annoying. Okay, so things you can't do with the shell on is this. So I need to figure out probably a way to loosen up that a little bit. However, that is a snug fit. This doesn't really do anything at this point. All right, I might just have to work the cartridge out a few times. All right, let's see what happens. Anyway, so before I turn it on again, I should have probably sat there and said how this is. I've got composite out from the NESessity power board. I have, and it is stereo out. The OG front loader was not stereo out. It was video and mono audio out. That's going to a RetroTink 5X, and that's going to my capture card. So such a great little capture card. Okay, so let's try this again. And now again, this is composite out. So, oh my. Now I don't have a controller, so I can't really do anything about testing out the audio. The audio, I'm very certain the audio works. All right, this is a good test. That means the slot works, and this is a successful test. I'll probably sit there and stream putting together the NES RGB, getting that mounted and all that kind of stuff, getting the new power board in, and soldering all the components on that because I did get all new components. I've got to replace the one of the cables from the main board into the power board because I did not have the right connectors and they weren't available at the time. So, it's not too bad. I'm gonna go ahead and power this off. Oh, I can just find that controller. I don't know where it went. Not the order one. That sucks. Go ahead and turn that off. It's good. I'm gonna try to eject this. Oh boy. So that's not gonna work. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. That's the eject button, and it is not ejecting. Yeah, I'm probably have to shave that down or something, or maybe print out something. Oh wow. All right, that worked. All right, maybe just gotta be a little tougher on that. Whatever. All right. So that's a successful test. I think all the components are working. The next step up will be install the NES RGB, the power board, getting a couple of headers installed on this. I got to pull a capacitor. Actually, hold on. I'm going to put the EverDrive in and see what happens. Oh, that one just not in enough. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. There we go. Hey! All right, that looks pretty good. All right. Well, that part's working out pretty well. So, yeah, definitely a successful test. All right. I'm going to call that good. and wait for the rest of the parts to come in.